Namaste and welcome to a very special episode of Astro Divas. Today we are unlocking one of the most powerful and practical wealth secret hiding in your birth chart. The second house from your Venus. Now the second house in the Kalpurish Kundli is ruled by Venus and it represents your bank balance, your family, your speech, your accumulated wealth, your self-worth, your food and even your five senses. So basically everything that supports your existence sits in this house. And here is the sutra from the classics. Whichever house, zodiac sign, or planet is placed next to Venus will surely experience growth and prosperity. Venus, being the natural benefit, treats the very next house as its own extension, pouring its energy forward to create a concentrated zone of wealth and abundance right where you need it the most. Now, there are many ways to check career finance in your birth chart. For example, divisional charts are there like D9, D10, even your star constellation nakshatra, your current dasha will also make a difference. Venus placement and its dispositor, everything can make a sense. But today we are talking specifically about the planet placed next to Venus because planet placement scores the highest points when predicting the direction of wealth. So we are using the Bhavat Bhavam technique today to decode this, a powerful and potent classical method. So now no more guessing. Let us jump right in and find where your wealth is waiting for you. Let's start with Sun. If Sun is in the second from Venus, if you see Sun placed in the very next house from Venus in your chart, wherever that may be, this cosmic gift is yours. Now, if you look at the screen, you can see Sun is placed next in the house of Venus. Now, it is not necessary that it should be in fifth house or whichever house. So, we are saying wherever that may be. Now, in the classic, in Bhrigu Samvita and Brihat Parashari Hora Shastra, this is called Tejasvi Dhana, radiant wealth, wealth that arrives through high status, authority, and visibility. Now, the source of wealth or the money will come through authority, high rank positions, politics, government, medicine, board, and family business. Father figures, mentors, and government institutions often play a key role in your initial financial stability. Your father's legacy or his direct support sets the foundation. Now, you make wealth by being visible. The more you are in the spotlight as a leader, a public speaker, or a high ranking official, the more your wealth grows. This is authority driven wealth. You are ambitious, you can become famous, and you carry a larger than life attitude. Now, the classic calls this white money energy. There is transparency in your dealings and pride in your earnings, and a deep desire to be known as someone who earned it with honor. Now remember that your reputation is gold mine. The more power you hold, the more wealth grows. Now let's look at the profession that can bring wealth for you. One is government and politics. You can be an IPS, IS, or a political advisor or a government contractor. Now also corporate leadership. Leadership like Sun. So maybe you are a CEO or a director or you are a manager who carry the vision of a company. High-end consultation or consulting and diplomacy is also on the cards. And creative arts like celebrities, status, actors, performers, anyone who earns through fame. Now, gold and high-value assets are also on the cards, dealing in diamonds, luxury, jewelry, or precious metals. Now, one tip I want to share with you from the classic because the sun is a planet of heat. If it sits too close to Venus, and becomes combust, the classic warns that you may become too proud of your wealth. So the ego can burn the sweetness of Venus. So stay humble and keep your character as bright as your career. Now, I hope you use these insights to lean into the blessings you are already destined to hold. Success is not just about hard work, it is about activating the gift that are already yours. And if you have not found your big pot of wealth yet, then you can always reach out to me on the mobile number or email ID given on the screen. Your birth chart always shows the direction and we can decode it together. Now let's look at if moon is in the second house from Venus. If you see the moon placed in the next house from Venus in your chart, wherever it may be, you have one of the most beautiful and nurturing wealth combinations in all of Vedic astrology. In the classic, this is called Sundar Dhana Yoga, beautiful wealth yoga, or the Soma Shukra Sambandha. It brings together the most feminine and creative planets. Now, wealth flows like water naturally, and consistent and emotionally fulfilling. So the source of wealth money can come through business, travel, the food industry, artistic endeavors, emotional intelligence, counseling, caregiving, public relations, uh, dealing into liquids, creativity, and also women. The women in your life, like your mother, sister, daughter, your aunt, female friends, they all bring genuine benefits and blessings. Now, you are a soulful provider. You make money by connecting with people. Fame comes easily, and your social circle is a genuine blessing. You love good food, branded clothes, fine perfumes. So you are deeply attached to the family and usually create a warm and creative home environment. Your income may fluctuate like the phases of the moon, but it always comes back often stronger than before. So remember, your empathy is your equity. You make money by getting connected with people. Now, few more professions that can bring wealth is creative writing and arts, psychology and counseling, hospitality and luxury travel, FMCG and liquids. We already spoke about milk, water, perfume, silver, white products. Residential real estate. In this, you do not sell house, you sell the feeling of belonging. Now, women-centric business is also on the card. So maybe fashion, jewelry, beauty, or pregnancy care. All of these are on the cards. Now, I want to share one tip from the classic, from the Chandrakala Nadi. It says, this placement gives a sweet voice and a charitable nature. So, the more you give charity, especially connected to water, food, or women, the faster your wealth multiplies. And when things slow down, so do not panic. Keep your mind calm. If you're emotionally stressed, your wealth will struggle. And keep silver close to you or stay near water to keep your Shukra Chandra energy balanced. So I hope you use these insights to lean into the blessings you are already destined to hold. And success is not just about hard work, it is about activating the gifts that are already yours. And if you have not yet found your big pot of wealth, reach out to me on the given mobile number or email ID on the screen. Your birth chart always shows the direction and we can decode it together. Now let's see what happens if Mars is placed next from Venus. If Mars is in the second house from the Venus, wherever it may be in your birth chart, uh, so this is a combination of passion meets profit. So in the classic, in Brigu Sutras and Mansagari, this is called Udyami Dhana, that is entrepreneurial wealth, wealth gained through courage, competition, and physical effort. Now, money comes through land, technology, engineering, surgery, competitive markets, bold action, and physical assets. Investments in land never goes to waste for you. These states are often the wealthiest in their family when Mars is well placed. Now, you earn through high speed environment, competition, and physical asset. This is dynamic wealth, fast money energy. You are likely to see sudden spikes in income. There is a sense of victory attached to your earning. You want to be known as the disruptor in your industry. Brothers, teammates, and technicians often play a very key or important role in your financial journey. A sibling or a brother or a mentor may be your greatest financial ally. Now, remember, your courage is your currency. Wealth comes when you take bold physical action. Now, we can look at some profession which can bring wealth: real estate and construction, land dealing, property development, civil engineering, technology and innovation. Software engineering, hardware, tech startups, surgery and high precision medicines, dental, orthopedics, any work with sharp instruments. Now, you can also get into security and defense, private security, police, military, strategic planning, army, sports, and fitness. Athlete, you can become an athlete, maybe a gym owner, or you can get into sports management. Now, kitchen and fire industries are also good for you. High-end culinary arts, energy sector, oil industry, everything is for you. Now, one tip I want to share with you, because Mars is aggressive by nature. So the classic wands of Krodhadana, that is well affected by temper. So direct your Mars energy into physical activity or some sports, especially before making any financial decision. This cools the planet and allows your Venus to wise decision or wise choice. Now, I hope you use these insights to lean into the blessings you were already destined to hold. Success is not just about the hard work, it's about activating the gifts that are already yours. And if you have not yet found your big pot of wealth, reach out to me on the mobile number and email ID on the screen. Your birth chart always shows the direction and we can decode it together. Now let's see what happens when Mercury is in the second house from Venus. If Mercury is placed in the next house from Venus in your chart, you have the ultimate business yoga. Intelligence meets beauty here and charm meets cleverness. So in the classics in Saravali and Jatak Parijata, this is called Nipun Dhan Yoga, skill-based wealth, or Vanijya Yoga, that is the merchant's path. So wealth that comes through the power of the tongue, the pen and the brain. Now the source of wealth and money comes through communication, logic, trade, writing, data and networking. Your income is tied to your gift of gab and your ability to calculate opportunities faster than anyone else in the room. You make money using your wits, your speech, and your cleverness. This is a clean and clever money, an intellectual wealth. You are versatile, multi skilled, and naturally persuasive. You can sell ice to an Eskimo. Your words are your wealth. The more clearly you communicate your value, the more the world invests in your vision. Friends, peers, and maternal uncle often play a key role in your financial journey. Your social circle is your gold mine. Online learning and gadgets will also favor you. Now, remember, your words are your wealth. The more clearly you communicate your value, the more the world invests in your vision. Now, the profession that can bring wealth for you is commerce and trading, stock market, e-commerce, import export, media and communication, podcasting, journalism, PR, social media, writing and publishing, even authors, copywriters, content creators. Education and skill training is also on the card. So, coaching centers, specialized skill teaching, even technology and data analytics, coding and information systems. So many professions for you. Now, consultancy and advisory is also there. So, you can become a financial advisor, business strategist, and a marketing consultant. Now, I want to share a tip from Classic, that is keep your plans a secret until they are fully executed. Sharing too early can bring hurdles or cause the idea to not to take off at all. And because Mercury is a dual planet, the classics suggest that you will always have two major sources of income. Your wealth multiplies when you stay curious. So the moment you stop learning, your income may stagnate. Keep your Mercury sharp by reading, exploring, and staying connected. Now, I hope you make use of these insights to lean into the blessings you already destined to hold, because it is not just about the hard work. It is about activating the gifts that are already yours. And if you have not yet found your big pot of wealth, reach out to me on the mobile number and email ID on the screen. Your birth chart always shows a direction and we can decode it together. Now let's see what happens when Jupiter is in the second from Venus. If Jupiter is placed in the next house from Venus, wherever it can be, or even if Venus is placed in the next house to Jupiter, it is applicable in both ways. You have one of the most celebrated wealth combination in all of Vedic astrology. Now, in the classic, this is called Kuber Yoga or Akshay Kosh Yoga, the everlasting treasury. Such natives never truly lack wealth. Day by day, it gets multiplied and increased. It is also referred as a Dev Guru and Daitya Guru Yoga, a bridge between spiritual wisdom and material luxury. This is one of the most stable wealth building placement in astrology. Now, the source of wealth or money can come through wisdom, law, counseling, teaching, mentoring, and expansion. Your wealth comes through respect and prestige. Opportunities find you rather than you having to chase them. If you meet the right mentor who leads or supports you, that can be wonderful or greatest blessings and your greatest financial turning point. Now, you earn ethically. This is white money, clean, dharmic, and abundant. The more you help others to grow through teaching, mentoring, or managing, the more your money wealth grows. You have the Midas touch. What you touch turns to gold. Now you have a natural love for good food, meaningful social gatherings, and a circle of powerful and wise friends. Your connection are your gold. Remember, the more you share your knowledge, the more the universe expands your fortune. And wisdom is your greatest wealth. Now let's look at the profession that can bring wealth for you. First is consulting and mentoring, which will come very easy to you. Life coaching, business strategy, high level advisory. even education and publishing. So professions, professors or authors, owners of educational institution. Then financing and banking is also there on the card. So treasury management, ethical investing, large scale financial planning. Legal and judiciary is also on the card. So maybe a lawyer or a judge or a mediation expert. Spiritual and wellness is also there. So spiritual coaching, yoga centers, philanthropic organizations, also corporate leadership like big businesses house where ethics and strategy meet. Now, one tip I want to share here with you from the classics. The classics says that these natures never lack the essential of life. Even in tough time, wealth multiplies because of the blessing of past life merits, Purva Punya. The secret is simple. Keep your character clean. Jupiter is the planet of dharma. So if your character is high, Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, will be permanent in your life. Now, I hope you use these insights to lean into the blessings you were already destined to hold. Success is not just about hard work, it is about activating the gifts that are already yours. And if you have not yet found your big pot of wealth, reach out to me on the given mobile number and email ID, and we can decode your birth chart together. Now let's see what happens if Saturn is placed in the next house from Venus in your chart. It can be anywhere in your chart. So know this clearly. There is no denial of wealth here. None. The confirmation is there in the chart, but the timing is everything. Now in the classics, Paldipika or Saravali, this is described as the union of the planet of discipline with the planet of worth. So while Saturn is often feared here, he acts as a guardian of the treasury, ensuring that wealth once earned never leaves. Now, money comes through hard work, maybe with some delays, but it comes through real estate, infrastructure, old industry, mining, hard labor, iron, oil, and gas, even coal, labor contracting, farming, construction, law, and compliance. Any service oriented business and dealing with the masses is also very favorable. Now, long term blue chip investment and mutual funds pays off unbelievably well. Sometimes ancestral wealth, inheritance, or gains from old associations and older people brings unexpected financial abundance. Now, this is a slow burn success. Wealth comes slowly, but it is incredibly stable and it peaks in the second half of life, post 35 to 40 years of age. Now, this is a consolidated wealth yoga. You may not become a millionaire overnight, but unlike others who lose money quickly, your wealth is built on a foundation of stone. So it grows slowly, but it is permanent and it lasts for generations. So one interesting thing is these natives do not like to show off their wealth at all. They prefer quiet dignity over flashy display. And remember, your patience is your greatest investment. You build wealth that lasts for generations. Now, some of the profession that can bring wealth, we already spoke about construction and real estate, mining and heavy industry, manufacturing and heritage brands, iron, oil, gas, energy sector, law and compliance, farming and agriculture, service-oriented businesses dealing with the masses in public domain, long-term financial instruments like blue chip stocks, mutual funds, fixed assets. Now, one tip from the classic I want to share with you is Saturn in the second from Venus gives old age luxury. You might start with a bicycle, but you will end up with a fleet, provided you do not give up during the testing phase. Avoid shortcuts and get rich quick schemes. They will backfire instantly. Respect your laborers and subordinates who work for you. Saturn is the planet of working class, and honoring them is honoring your own wealth. And I hope you use these insights to lean into the blessings you already are destined to hold. And success is not just about the hard work, which Saturn's always tell you. It is also about activating the gift that are already yours. And if you have not yet found your big pot of wealth, reach out to me on the mobile number or on the email ID given on the screen. Your birth chart always shows the direction and we can decode it together. Now, what happens if Rahu is placed in the second house from Venus? If Rahu, the north node, is in the next house from the Venus in your chart, it can be anywhere in your chart, you have a high voltage combination of obsession meets opulence. In the Vedic classic, it is called Mayadhan, unconventional or illusionary wealth. Rahu is the planet of amplification and boundary breaking. It takes the natural luxury of Venus and multiplies it through non traditional, digital, and foreign means. This is the energy of the modern day alchemist. So, the source of wealth or the money comes through innovations, technology, foreign lands, foreigners, import, export, digital media, and disruptive thinking. You spot trends before they become mainstream. You are meant to be a trendsetter and not a follower. You may enter a profession that nobody in your family has ever tried, and that is not a problem, that is the path. This is out of box wealth, fast paced modern money. You do not follow the traditional path to success. Your unique way of thinking, your ideas, and your intelligence will carve its own destiny. The only thing to strictly avoid is shortcuts and unethical means. That path leads nowhere with Rahu. But when you use your cleverness to build rather than just to show, the results can be extraordinary. Now, remember, your well lies in the unusual. The more you break the mold, the more you earn. Now, let's talk about some profession that can bring wealth for you. Digital media and entertainment, YouTube influencer, marketing, filmmaking, viral content, and foreign trade, import, export, MNCs, currency trading, even cutting edge technology like AI, blockchain, software development and aerospace, creative marketing and branding, aviation and high end travel, speculative and innovative markets, disruptive startups, and high stakes trading. The one tip I want to share here from the classic, because Rahu is a shadow planet, the classic warns of Brahmid Dhana, that is confused or unstable wealth. There is a tendency to chase get rich quick schemes or illusionary profits. Ensure your foundations are real and use your cleverness to build something lasting and not just something impressive on the surface. Now, I hope you use these insights to lean into the blessings you were already destined to hold. Success is not just about hard work, it is also about activating the gifts that are already yours. And if you have yet not found your big pot of wealth, reach out to me on the mobile number or email ID. Your birth chart always carries some direction and we can decode it together. Now, what happens if Ketu is second from Venus? If Ketu, the south node, is placed in the next house from Venus in your chart, wherever it may be, this is one of the most unique and quietly powerful wealth combination in Vedic astrology. Now, in the classic, this is called Vairagya Dhana or detached wealth or Gupta Dhana, hidden or secret wealth. Now, Ketu is the planet of liberation and headless intuition. It strips away the ego and the showiness usually associated with Venus, and it replaces it with a deep, almost psychic ability to find value where others see nothing. Now, this is the energy of the silent wealth creator. Money comes through research, spirituality, occult science streams, ancient knowledge, computing, and coding. You do not calculate profit, you just know it. So, you have the sixth sense for investment. You are the person who buys a forgotten asset that suddenly becomes a gold mine years later. And wealth also comes through God's blessings, ancestral grace, and your past life karma. The more you donate and let go, the more wealth you attract. This is a deeply karmic truth of this placement. Now, this is the minimalistic but massive money. You do not care about showing off your wealth. You prefer quiet luxury. Your bank account is often much larger than your lifestyle suggests. And you are not meant to be a generalist. You are meant to be a deep diver. The world's leading experts in a very specific, perhaps even niche or unusual field. Being a specialist is your greatest financial strategy. Now, remember, your wealth is found in the depths, whether it is a deep research, spiritual mastery, or ancient knowledge. Now, profession you can get into is occult science streams, even astrology, advanced research and science, cybersecurity and data encryption, software coding, meditation, teaching, and spiritual leadership, charity work, and managing trusts or ashrams. Also, check the dispositor of Ketu. The sign of Ketu sits in tells you more. For example, if your Ketu is in Pisces, wealth can come through healing, alternative medicine, psychology, creative arts, spiritual guidance, or marine or liquid industry. Because sign of Pisces represents all of these themes. The one tip I want to share here from the classic is Ketu is in the second from Venus gives you the gift of a seer. So you do not need a gimmick. Your truth is so sharp. It pierces through people. People pay you for your honesty and your insights. Trust that and go deep. Now, I hope you use these insights to lean into the blessings you were already destined to hold. Success is not just about hard work, it is also about activating the gifts that are already yours. And if you have not yet found your big pot of wealth, reach out to me on the mobile number or email on the screen. Your birth chart always shows the direction and we can decode it together. Now, what if no planet is in the second house from Venus? Nobody is sitting in the next house to Venus. Now, this is a big and most common question. What if there is no planet? So, what we can do is it's very simple. Check the Lord of that house and apply the results of that planet. For example, if you see number 3 or 6 in the next house, that is Gemini or Virgo, then check the results of Mercury. If you see numbers 1 or 8, that is Aries or Scorpio, then check the results for Mars. And if you see number 9 or 12, that is Sagittarius or Pisces sign, then check the results for Jupiter. If you see number 10 or 11, that is Capricorn or Aquarius sign, then check the results for Saturn. And if you see number 5, that is Leo, then check the results for Sun. And if you see number 4, that is Cancer, then check the results for Moon. And if you see number 2 or 7, that is Taurus or Libra, that is Venus' own sign. And that brings us to something very special. Now, Taurus or Libra in the second from Venus. Now, the sign itself is the boss. Now, this is Venus supporting itself. This is a Venetian loop, and the classic calls this Kuber Yoga or Akshay Kosh, the everlasting treasury. Your wealth generating power is now doubled down. You are either born into abundance or your family got blessed with wealth after your birth. You somehow always make it in life, and you have a larger than life attitude and a natural ability to make more money with money. Now let's talk about Taurus first. So if Taurus sign or number 2 is written in the next house from Venus, now this is a grounded wealth. You are meant to build an empire that lasts for generation. Money comes through family business, tangible assets, and your own presence, your self confidence, and even your physical presentation. Your face, your voice act as a natural money magnet. People trust you because you radiate stability and reliability. Now, you have the unique ability to compound wealth. For you, wealth isn't just about a salary, it's about smart investment, compounding interest, and watching your seeds grow into forest. Now, remember, your stability is your strength. The more you value yourself, the more world values your work. Now, profession we can talk about is banking, wealth management, food and hospitality, real estate and interior decor, perfume and jewelry, beauty and face-centric careers, modeling, public speaking, being the face of a brand. Now, what happens if Libra sign number 7 is written in the next house from Venus? Now, this is a partnership wealth. Money comes through diplomacy, people skills, aesthetics, and the art of the deal. Your network is your network. You earn through balance, beauty, and your ability to bring harmony to any situation or any work. The profession that can build well is fashion and styling, law and mediation, consulting and coaching, public relationships, public relation, any field where your presentation, your charm, and your sense of balance creates value. Now, the secret for both Taurus and Libra sign in the next house to Venus is you do not need external help from other planets to make your money. Your own charm, your own values, and your own sense of style are enough. So for these natives, looking successful is one of the best way to be successful. Invest in your appearance and your surroundings. They act as a direct money magnet. And that brings us to the end of this special episode today. Whatever planet or sign sits next to Venus in your chart, the message from the classic is the same. It is connected to growth, abundance, and prosperity. Venus is a giver of wealth, luxury, love, and beauty. And wherever it points its energy, life flourishes. So use this knowledge practically. Whether you are choosing a university, starting a new job, upgrading your skills, changing department, launching a side hustle, or simply feeling like you have not yet arrived, use this information to activate what is already yours. And feel free to drop a comment or reach out to me directly if you want to decode the wealth and career direction in your personal chart. I would love to connect with you one-on-one basis. And take care and bye for now.